All right, I am going to redo my sleepers.
You're going to redo your sleepers?
I caught a lot of flack from you, coaches in the area, family members were calling me.
Yeah.
Apparently, a sleeper can't be a state qualifier, a state place.
No.
Not many people sleeping on.
Can you define sleeper? Because before we start talking about sleepers, you have to tell us what a sleeper really is.
Okay, I will define it, but I want the record to show that this was your idea, and about 5 minutes before last show, you threw it on me.
This has always been your thing.
Not the sleepers.
Yeah, this is your thing.
Sleepers was your idea.
I don't remember it that way.
So for me, I guess now, looking back, I guess Jax Leonard and Mike Faree probably aren't sleepers.
Define sleeper. I think that's where you got to start.
I think you can't have gone to the state tournament.
I agree.
Certainly,
you're not a sleeper.
Certainly can't have placed.
No.
I mean, kids were coming up to me.
Saying you got it wrong. Yeah, you got it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I apologize.
So then, what's a sleeper?
So a sleeper, I guess, would be somebody that has not been to the state tournament.
Yes, I agree.
And you look to them to have a breakout year, and I guess that would mean go to the state tournament, possibly place. And
I don't think it should be possible. I think a sleeper, and you could, it's your thing, but I think sleeper should be never been to the state tournament, and you're going to go down there for the first time and get on the podium.
So that you're saying these are people I'm predicting to go to the state tournament.
Yes. So then
I don't know that I look at it like that. I think there are potential people who could go to the state tournament. I'm not going to say these kids are locks to go to the state tournament in my eyes. I think they're going to have big years. They're going to be in the mix to go to the state tournament.
Define mix. Top 6 at districts?
They're going to be in the blood round.
You're just backing off because you don't want to look bad like 12 weeks from now. I think part of the fun here is you being able to say, I believe this guy. I believe in him, and I think he's going to be a district player.
I can't say that. I don't even know these kids.
You've seen them wrestle long enough to know whether they're a sleeper or not.
I'm not in the room with them.
You're not, but you've seen them. Why don't you pick a couple, and then we'll maybe have a couple sleepers each week.
Okay, I'll go with 4. Can a state alternate be a sleeper?
No.
My state alternate sleeper that I'm not allowed now is Jameel Bannister from Girard. Tough kid, but you can't use him.
Thrower.
So my state my sleeper picks.
Okay.
Which
we haven't clearly defined
yet. To potentially be in the mix to go to state.
In the mix. I like
in the mix. Augie Ford from Alliance. I talked to Shaw. He ridiculed me too about the rankings.
I can't believe Shaw even wanted to discuss anything with you.
Shaw said, I'm not permitted to talk about his team on this. But
if I were Coach Shaw, I would somehow find a way to print out the text last week of you not having them as a top 4
That's
team.
not what happened.
And I would put it on the bulletin board in their locker room every week when they said, hey, remember, this guy who's an expert who has a podcast doesn't even think we're top 4. But go ahead, Augie Ford's good.
Go light on expert. But
okay.
Augie Ford from Alliance, tough kid. He's worked out in the offseason with us quite a bit at Samurai. We work out up there with Jeff Coleman and the whole crew up there, a lot of Lions guys. So he's a tough kid. I think he's dedicated himself. I expect him to have a big year. I'm a homer, so I'll pick a Canfield kid, and that's David Reinhart. He's another kid that's done all the work in the offseason. He's been behind some tough kids. Obviously, you know that you were his coach for 2 years behind Giorgio and David.
Hard worker, does the year-round stuff.
And Delisio and all those guys. So
I agree.
And then Fitch kid, I picked Braylon Douglas, having a nice year. I think he's undefeated on the year and hasn't given up a takedown. Saw him this weekend or past week wrestle. Tough kid for Coach Bird over there. And my other sleeper, I didn't even know he existed until last week.
That is a sleeper.
That's a real sleeper.
Because you've got a pretty good grasp on what's happening in the league.
Obviously not.
Well, yeah, I guess not, but this is a sleeper. I like it. Go ahead. Tell us.
He's a freshman from Beaver local. Logan Krulik.
You interviewed him, right?
I did interview him.
Yeah, that was good.
He's on our Twitter page, at EOWL Spotlight, if you want to check him out.
Look at you plugging that. Shameless.
The people want the content. So he had a nice match. He upset Jax Leonard, a returning state placer. And, Jax came out to an early lead, and Logan kind of warmed down, and Logan ended up on top. So he's definitely a kid. After watching that, I look to be in the mix at the end of the year, and we'll see how he does. Beaver Local's got a nice team.
Yeah,
nice team.
We do, and you and I aren't surprised.
No.
Some people might be surprised. We're not. We've seen this coming for a while. Those guys are good down there.
Right.
Is that our sleeper segment?
that's it for this week. So I got Augie Ford, David Reinhardt, Braylon Douglas, and Logan Krulik. Let's hear the complaints. Thanks.
All right.